We're back in the booth here again today, and after our previous mic comparison between 4 different kinds of mics, one of those mics was this Rode Videomic Go2, and generally speaking, it was probably, I would say probably likely maybe the third in the line of 4 as far as quality. But as I thought more about that, not that this would even measure up to the Lewitt or the RE320, either one anyway, but I just thought I would maybe give a little bit of a different perspective based on the interface that it goes through. So in this case, this mic is rather versatile, and I really like it for that purpose because I can just record on my phone if I want to. I can record straight into the computer if I want to. Or I can use my Zoom H5, which I'm using right now. And it's just plugged in. I'm using the 1/8" cord here. It's just, I don't know, I didn't even check for sure, but maybe about 1 foot long. And, it's Rode's own cord that it's an 1/8" jack into the Videomic Go2, and then I can just plug it straight into my Zoom H5 that way. So that's what you're listening to right now. And so that gives one level of quality that this mic can do. And that's what I did in that particular, the comparison between those 4 mics. However, there are other ways to record on that. And one thing that's interesting about Rode is that they provide software that goes with the mic. And maybe that's not that uncommon, but I thought I'd like to share that with you as well, so you can just sort of make a comparison between just going into an actual interface or going into the phone or also into the computer. There's a particular program there, and you can kind of tweak it a little bit, even in the recording process. So if you'll bear with me just for a moment, we're going to switch over to the Rode Reporter app that you can get for your phone. And actually, my experience is that when you plug it in, at least there's this option. It may not be every time. You could probably turn it off. But anytime you plug that USB-C to USB-C, which here on the side of the mic is the USB-C port. So you can plug it in there. And as soon as you plug it into the phone, at least on Android, which is what I have, then it will bring up the Rode Reporter, and you can go ahead and start recording right away. Just a big button there, and I'll try to show you that here in just a moment. So we're going to switch over from the Zoom H5 over to the Rode Reporter app on my phone, and so we'll do that in just a moment. And just like clockwork, the Rode Reporter comes up. Gain staging looks pretty good there already. And so you're listening to it right now, coming over the Rode Reporter app on my phone. And I think there's a little bit of some settings that you can tweak in there, but not as much as when you actually get into the computer. But this is the way it sounds straight into the phone. So if you're out in the field or whatever and you really need to be able to just record quickly. Doesn't need any extra power, just gets it right from the phone. And this is the way it sounds when it is just going straight into the phone. USB-C here to a USB-C down there on the phone itself. And again, it just comes right up. I just push. There's a big, I was going to show you. It has that big red button. You can see that it is playing right now, and you can see that even the gain staging there, kind of the idea of the input level. So anyway, all it is just the big button, and then you can click it again, which I'll do here in just a moment, and pause the recording, or you can go ahead and click end as well. So anyway, that is the Rode Videomic Go2 going into the Rode Reporter app on my phone. Okay, now it looks like we're hooked up and recording into the Rode Connect program or app or whatever on the computer. I'm going to try to show that to you here. If you can see that, up here is again showing the levels. You can set this in, you can just click on the microphone tab there and you can choose several things. I think right now there is a compressor built into it, and then also a little more bass added as well, which you can just do right there in that setting. So now we're listening to it a third way. First of all was the Zoom H5, and then the Rode Reporter app on my phone, and now it's straight into the computer. USB-C here, but then of course USB-A there at the into the USB port there on the computer. So now I'm recording straight into there, and you can kind of get a feel for what difference in sound there may be. Again, it may never match up to a Lewitt or to the RE320, but I think you'll see a little bit of a difference here in this sound because of the extras that they add into the settings here. And I don't have the exciter on. I think there's a little bit more, there's no pad needed right now. I have a 75 hertz roll-off. And so there's a few things that's just a little bit different that I can do right there in the Rode Connect app or program, whatever it is there. And so anyway, that gives you a little bit of a feel maybe for how the different options can be used. And again, I really like the versatility. It may not have, the most pristine sound, but it's good enough for a lot of what I do. And I really like being able to just take it with me, plug it into something, and real quickly I have a pretty good mic to get my various audio. So anyway, that's about it for now, but I just wanted to give you those three options, and maybe it'd be helpful in some way for you in making decisions as to what you'd like to do, maybe even purchasing this one. And if so, put a comment in the comments below there and let me know what you thought. Thanks so much, and have a great day.